Hey everyone, welcome to another GoodReads review video. My name is Michael.
And this is Peter.
Today we're taking a look at the new $79 Kindle Basic. This is the first time that Amazon has ever adopted a touchscreen for the Kindle Basic, and this is the 5th generation?
I believe so, yes.
So in the past they've always had D-pads, physical page turn keys. Now it's a more streamlined design. You're interacting with the touch screen. So if you're coming from smartphone or a tablet background, switching from that to this should be a walk in the park. Let's take a look at the design behind this.
It's a very simplistic design. It's all black with a black Kindle logoing. There's nothing on either of the two sides or the top. The back is using a different plastic than the previous generation of Kindle. The previous generation was using almost like a rubber. This is a thin, harder plastic with a little bit of texture, and you can see that it's symmetrical in every way, and it is very thin on the corners, and then it bevels out to accommodate all of these circuit boards and batteries and so forth. We also have status indicator light, a power button / standby button, and a micro USB port for charging and transferring data to and from your device.
This is the home screen of the Kindle Basic. As you can see here, we do have the special offers edition, so it does show an ad on the bottom here, and if you click on the settings option, you can actually view some of the special offers. If you end up wanting to remove the ads, you can pay the $25 to Amazon and you could remove them, and in a future video we'll show you how to do that. But in the menu here you can see you could shop the Kindle Store, Kindle Free Time. Kindle Free Time is in effect you being able to set up permissions for your device. So you could set up children's profiles if you have kids sharing the e-reader, where they can maybe access the store or the internet. You can pretty well establish a permission-based system. You have a vocabulary builder, a web browser, settings, list view. You can sync and check for new items, and now we'll look for firmware updates, as well as maybe if you have the Kindle app on your smartphone and you purchased a few books, this will sync all of the books that you purchased on other devices to it. Settings menu here, it does have an airplane mode, device options, reading options, a lot of kind of cool options here. Social networks, notes and highlights. Kindle does have a lot of advanced options, but they don't really make it overwhelming for new users.
Right.
So, Peter, what does the eBook management system look like here?
What we have here is what's on your cloud, and this is after you've logged in with your Amazon account. You see this is my 14th Kindle. You'll have pretty much everything you've downloaded, from books and tutorial guides, magazines, everything under one device, one menu here. If you click on something, A Tale of Two Cities for example, it's in the cloud, it will download, and once it is completed download complete, it will then be transferred to your on-device section. You can also show books, periodicals, docs, collections, or all items, and then that will show pretty much everything. So it gives you a little bit of customization to maybe shorten things.
Yeah, you have like
things.
4 gigs of memory now, right, which is like double the memory from former Kindle Basics. So you do have enough space to basically have 1,000 books on here if you wanted to. Let's take a look at the e-reading experience as the bread and butter. So you can see that the screen here is tremendous. In a head-to-head comparison with the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite 2, the new Kindle Basic screen actually blew it away.
Don't be fooled by the $79 price tag. It is rocking pretty good hardware for the screen. Page turns, if you're unfamiliar with e-readers, can be triggered with either swipes or presses. Once you are in a body of text, you can press and hold to bring up different options. Press and hold is kind of like a right click. You have dictionary, Wikipedia, search, and if you click on more, you can pause the video at any time if you want to reread these. There's highlight. It will highlight the word that you've pressed. You also have notes. We'll look at the keyboard. It's a standard QWERTY keyboard. Typing is very easy on it. Doesn't play any catch-up.
Yeah, former e-readers, not even a few years ago, there was always a delay when you were typing because of the restrictions of the e-ink refresh rate. Exactly. But this seems like it's very quick.
It is. Share, you get social media networks, and you get GoodReads, so you can do Facebook, Twitter by clicking these. We'll just X out as an example. Go through a couple more things here. Translation. Translation's very interesting because say you're reading a book in English, you don't speak English. You can drag all of that, click more, click translation, and in 2 or 3 steps,
it's converting from English to French.
You've translated the entire thing to French, and not just Latin characters, you can go even to traditional Chinese characters. So there are no more boundaries with the Kindle devices because of this feature. It's very useful and it's very accurate. And you get things like Open Dictionary or report content error. If someone spells man or the with an extra letter, you can report that and Kindle will catch wind of it.
Okay, so in order to bring up options in terms of being able to change the e-reading experience, you click the center top and you'll be able to increase or decrease the size of the fonts. As you can see, it's pretty accurate in terms of how big the fonts are on the screen. So if you click it super big, you can see it here.
You can pause the video here if you want to look what the biggest text available size is.
You also have a few font decisions here, as well as being able to adjust the line spacing.
And everything changes live, so you don't have to cancel out every time.
Yeah, you can get a sense on how this all looks. Okay, so at the top here, you notice a feature called X-Ray. X-Ray is Amazon's social. It's part social, but it mainly tells you the people, places, and things in any given title. You could see who the main characters are, the main locations, and get some history on it, as well as anytime they're referenced throughout the book, you can get a sense on who was speaking to them and in what context. And this is kind of interesting because if you're juggling multiple books at once, sometimes you can lose sense of who exactly are the main characters again, what's happening in the book. You can familiarize yourself by going to X-Ray and checking that out. So I'm a huge fan of X-Ray. It does have some very cool features. The settings options also are different when you're reading a book from when we showed you on the main menu. You can actually change it from portrait mode to landscape mode. Now it doesn't have an accelerometer or gyroscope, but via software it'll put it to landscape. Sometimes with PDF files or comic books, manga and things like that, maybe you want to do that. You can also check out about the authors. So if you want to know more or what other titles the author has written, you can check that out, as well as a small author bio. So you can see here, talks about Jane Austen, a little bit about her history, but it also says other Kindle books by Jane Austen. If you click on any of those, it'll open up the Amazon Kindle Store, and this is a perfect time to show you what the ebook purchasing experience is like. Kindle provides, bar none, one of the best ebook experiences out there. You can see that this book is $0, awesome. And I saved $4.50.
100% discount is my kind of discount.
Yeah, totally. So you could see here that it does have the quintessential rating system, reviews. If you've ever visited the Kindle site on the internet, this is pretty well a mirrored experience. Now, some things are truncated and you can expand it. Like, customers who also bought this, you can click see all.
It lets you know if there's X-ray enabled, that feature we just showed you earlier.
Yeah, not all books are compatible with that. So if feature is important to you, make sure that you always buy titles that are X-ray enabled. So we showed you an ebook. Let's take a look at the PDF experience.
So we're going to open up the Monsters Manual, and this is our go-to because it offers a even mix of images, grayscale kind of shaded parts, and just bodies of text.
Plus, it's a large document. It's about 80 megs.
Right, and we remember the Paperwhite 1 and 2 have had massive problems with running large PDFs, didn't have enough RAM. So you do have pinch and zoom. You also have the ability to take your finger off and continue zooming. It's quite a good feature. You also have a mini map, which is a snapshot of the page telling you where you are on the page with an outline. So if you get lost, you can locate where you are and say, oh, I'm at the bottom.
I think that's a feature that they actually borrowed from Kobo because Amazon only really introduced that a few months ago on its prior e-readers, like its older models.
Now say you're right here and you say, wow, this is a cool PDF. I wish I understood what it said because it doesn't go into my language. Well, you can actually box any amount of text you wish. Click More, Translation, and you can translate to any language, any PDF. And that's amazing because, well, there's some, like Flame Strider, there's probably not a Chinese word for that, so it's in English, but it does translate all of the necessary parts for you to understand what's happening. So the PDF experience on Kindle has always been very consistent because the pinch and zoom is very accurate and you get a lot of features like notes and highlight.
So we've showed you most of the experience with this e-reader. One of the last things we want to show you is, what's this G? Well, it certainly does not mean gangsta. It's GoodReads. And yo. In any case, GoodReads is a social network and book discovery site that Amazon purchased, and it pretty well is a book community where you could form virtual reading groups, you can flag books as you're currently reading, you can make custom shelves. Reading on an e-reader is, it's a solitary experience, but it's been enhanced a little bit with this virtual sort of book network. I kind of dig that because it kind of makes reading a bit social. In the end, the Kindle Basic is certainly worth its weight in gold. $79, perfect price to pay. This e-reader is perfect for people who have never had an e-reader before or had prior generations of the Kindle Basic and are looking for a fresh and modern experience. eBooks function perfectly fine. PDF files are like amazing. This e-reader has it all. So this is a review on the $79 Kindle Basic, the 2014 edition for Good e-Reader. My name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Everybody take care.